Hey, Chris. Okay, let me go to Jim. Jim calling us from Arkansas. Hey,
Yes.
Jim.
How are you doing today, Dan?
I'm good, Jim. How are you?
I'm blessed. I have
Good.
a question about the Zion oil.
Yes,
I
sir.
had heard this spots about it, and I really need some information on it, whether it's worth investing in or just pass it by.
Well, here's the thing about Zion. I am not. So I track Zion. I love Zion. I love what the company is doing. I love all the principles that are running the company. I love what they're trying to do for the nation of Israel. I believe deeply in their theology. I believe in the prophecy in which they are working. But having said all that, I and I do track them. They're a company that I get information on, but they have been off my buy list for a while now, and they're off my sell list. They were on my sell list. They're off that, but they're off my buy list right now. So I would not be a buyer. It has come up considerably in the last 3 weeks. I'm I'm not a buyer here right now of Zion, but I would say this to anybody listening, that if you're like me, I'm just as a disclaimer, I own it. I never sold it, even when it was on my sell list. I didn't sell it, but I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it because I thought I was going to make lots of money. I bought it because I wanted to support the company in any way I can because I believe in what they're doing, and I'm hoping that in fact they are an incredible blessing to the nation of Israel. I really do. And so I don't mind supporting it. If I lose it, I lose it. If I don't, great. But so I think I love everything about the company. To me, when I look at it, so all of my companies are going through the same set of screens. I don't pick and choose. There are companies that I love that haven't been on my buy list in 3 years. So they go through the same things. I do not waver on my discipline on what it takes for a stock to make my buy list. I never waver on that, regardless of what I think about the company's management or what I think about the company in and of itself. I don't waver on that. So from a fundamental standpoint, the company's not on my buy list. I can't recommend that you buy it from a financial perspective. I can't recommend that. But from they're drilling for oil. They're drilling within the 12 tribes of Israel. They have opportunity to do R&D and drilling in over 400,000 acres in Israel. They are the only American oil company, the only oil company really doing any kind of active drilling and work in Israel. We know Israel has one of the largest natural gas reserves now offshore that has been discovered that is going to put them in a totally different class economically. It's going to have a huge impact on the economics of that country. It is likely that they will be a net exporter of about 60%, believe it or not, of all the natural gas that they produce, keeping 40% for themselves. So that has been huge. This oil find would be huge as well. So I don't know if that answers your question, but it gives you kind of a viewpoint of where I am on that.
I appreciate
All
that,
right.
Dan, and pray that the Lord continues to bless you.
Thank you so much for that, Jim. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. AFR Talk Financial Issues. Phone number is 866-300 9298. Toll free, 866-300-9298. We'll go to Raymond. Raymond's calling us from North Carolina.
Hello?
Hey, Raymond.
Yes,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you for taking my call, Dan.
Sure.
I was recently to an attorney, and I wanted to protect my assets, including my house, from Medicaid 5-year look-back. But my attorney wants to charge me 4% of all my assets, an additional 3% if I have to go into a rest home or a nursing home. My health is not all that great, and I know it's kind of a bet, but I feel that the cost to protect my assets is outrageous, and my children would only gain $13,000 on capital gains, and I live by myself with one grandchild. and my house is paid for.
Mm. Here's what first of all, I agree with you. That's a lot of money to protect your assets, and I'm glad you called. Let me ask you this though: what did the lawyer suggest as the instrument to protect your assets? Like, did
he seems to be a one unique lawyer or attorney here in North Carolina, and I was referred to him by another attorney because his primary goal is to do just this type of instruments, to save the 5-year look back, so that if I go into a nursing home tomorrow, all my assets would be saved for my children, and the government couldn't touch it.
Okay, so he's probably talking about an irrevocable trust.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is, I haven't done an irrevocable trust since maybe 1998. I would suggest. How many children do you have, Raymond?
2.
One of the things that you can do very inexpensively, if you're trying to save your house and other assets, is put your house in the name of your children and you. You can keep your name on it. All that requires is getting a copy of your deed, giving that copy of a deed to an attorney that does real estate law, and for about $600 to $800, they'll draft up a new deed. They'll file the new deed with the new names at the courthouse, and you might have to pay, and you likely will, a transfer tax of 1% of the tax-assessed value of your home, which is probably a lot lower than what you could sell it for. So that's what it would cost to do that, and your children would be on the name of the home, and that would protect you only. That would only protect you for the next, after 5 years from now. It's not going to protect you during the 5-year look-back period. It's not going to protect you from that, but it'll protect you 5 years from now. And you can do the same with all of your assets. Something similar with all of your assets, which doesn't require an attorney, something you can do on your own. Just change add the names onto those assets, and that would protect those assets after the 5 years are up. Unfortunately, the only way you can protect that 5-year look-back period right now is to go into an irrevocable trust, which I don't really recommend because of the word irrevocable. I never like that. I don't think it's a good idea. And it is, I think that as we get older, as someone who has settled an awful lot of estates and has managed an awful lot of estates back when I had my trust company, that I can tell you that circumstances do change. And you may need a irrevocable trust to become revocable so that you can get to those funds in a certain way. And that's going to add up to numerous legal fees. So that's about the best I can suggest to you. The only other thing you can do is to, you can put some assets in charitable trust. You can put some assets in charitable gift annuities for children and all that, but I don't recommend that unless you've got, a significant amount of assets and really, makes sense doing it. And at that point, what I would do is say that you do it and you make, so you would do 2 separate trusts where you and one child is an income beneficiary and you and another child, equal amounts is income beneficiary, but that might not make sense for you. So does that help you a little bit, Raymond?
Yes, it does. Okay.
But I wouldn't. I don't spend those fees, Raymond. I wouldn't do it. Thank you. I appreciate the call. Yeah, that's crazy. No, I wouldn't do that. All right. You're welcome.